أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Money, I give you all the money. Just name your price. Prophet Muhammad let him go. Told his family, feed Thumamah. The same thing happened. 7 bowls of milk. The 3rd day. Thumamah, what's your situation? Muhammad, I told you the last 2 days. Same thing. Muhammad, you kill me. And he went through it. Prophet Muhammad said to the companions, Sallallahu Utruku Thumamah. Let this man go. That's kindness. If it happened only one time in his Nabuwah, it's a proof that he's a gentleman. And it's a proof of the benefits of gentleness, rifq. If that only happened once, but it happened a lot of times. So the non-Muslims are lying when they say al-Islam spread by the sword, meaning Prophet Muhammad compelled people to become Muslims, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, if you mean it spread by the sword because it was Battle of Badr and Uhud and Bani Mustalaq and naam, spread, that helped it to spread, but he didn't come and force people to accept Islam. أَفَأَنْتَ تُكْرِهُ النَّاسِ حَتَّى يُؤْمِنُوا أَفَأَنْتَ تُكْرِهُ النَّاسِ حَتَّى يَكُونُوا مُؤْمِنِينَ. Ya Muhammad, will you force the people to be believers? It's not your job. لَا إِكْرَاهَ فِي الدِّينِ. You can't compel people to become Muslims. They be lying. Islam spread by the sword. There were many incidents where people deserved to get killed, and he let them go because there was a big picture, as you're going to see, inshallah. Let Thumamah go. They untied him. As he was walking out the masjid, the people were watching him. Those people who their relatives was killed by him. Everybody watching him. And he's walking out a free man. And they don't know why. Again, not a single person got up to say, hey man, I'm taking the law into my own hands. I'm getting revenge. And the Arabs used to have this stuff in Jahiliyyah. You kill his brother, he's going to get you. You kill his father, he's going to get you. You can be in Mecca, you can be at the Kaaba, it could be the sacred month of Rajab, they're going to get you. They didn't play that stuff. But they let him go. Everybody was in the masjid doing their thing. And lo and behold, after some time, Thumamah came back into the masjid. And you can see in his clothes that there was water. And you can see in his lihya, there was water dripping. Again, in his lihya, the kuffar of Quraysh used to have beards. Because even in Europe, one of the signs of a man being a man, it's like, you got more muscles, One of the signs of being a man, even in Europe with white people, was that a man had a beard. Those of you who have been to some of those Scandinavian countries, you'll find they still hold on to that. It's a sign of being a man, a sign of rajula, even in Jahiliyyah. Even in Jahiliyyah. Now, some of us, and I have to say this, you better watch out as it relates to how we're developing our sons. Some of us, if you can imagine this, you throw your son a ball, he can't catch the ball. I don't say that's a kabira from the kaba'ir. And I don't say that the father's a bad father. But we have to train our sons. For an example, when we slaughter on the Eid, we have to train them. We had a sister in my community who didn't want to give her son the khitan, one of the fitras of al-Islam. And she started talking against and bad about the khitan. One of the reasons she didn't want to give the khitan was she said that it's going to be a lot of blood. My son is going to bleed. That kind of bleeding is from the deen. It's like a person getting his tooth taken out. A person doing a hijama. Every time there's blood doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Point is, one of our sons, you give him the teacup, with the thing on it right here. And he's drinking it with his pinky like this. You have to watch out for stuff like that. You got to watch out. You have to look at your boy and make sure he's walking a particular way. And his demeanor. So when Thumamah had that beard and they described that beard, it has a meaning to it. Muslims didn't start cutting their beards. Africans didn't cut their beards until we were colonized by Europeans. And now Europe and whatever white people are doing, then that's a sign of being developed. That's a sign of progress. And things that come from our culture. Even if it's non-Muslims, even non-Muslims. Non-Muslims have nice culture, some of them. In the hotel I'm staying in, the guy is going upstairs with me to my room and he works in the hotel. I said, what's your name? He said, Edward. What's your last name? It was written. I can't remember. I said, what does the name mean? He said, it's the one who was born when his father was out taking care of the cows. I said, man, that's a nice name. Has a deep meaning. I was just saying that. To me, it doesn't mean much, but our names have meanings. But when we become people who are detached from our background, our culture, we look down and we're embarrassed about who we are and where we come from. And that's why in Africa we find, in many places, African women dyeing their skin, wearing wigs, just behaving in a way that's not acceptable. Anyway, Thumamah came back, walked to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and he said to him, I bear witness that there's no God worthy of worship except Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his slave and his messenger. And then he said, Ya Rasulallahi. Before he was calling him, Ya Muhammad, he said, Ya Rasulallahi. There was never a face that I hated more than your face, but your face is the most loved face to me now. He said, there was never a town that I hated more than this town, Al-Medina, because of what it represented, Al-Islam, Uhud, all of these things. I never hated a town like I hate this town, but now this town is the most beloved town to me. There was never a religion that I hated more than your religion, but now your religion is the most beloved religion to me. Ya Rasulallah. I was on my way to perform Umrah when my brothers from the Calvary, now they're his brothers, when my brothers from your Calvary caught me. So I was on my way to Umrah. What should I do? Prophet Muhammad gave him glad tidings, sallallahu, and he told him, complete your Umrah. Complete it, continue, but sit down. He sat down. He said, bring some milk, bring something. They brought a bowl of milk. They gave it to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. On the right side of the Prophet is someone, on the left side of the Prophet is someone, and in front of him is Thumamah. The person brought the milk and gave it to the Nabi. So that means that the person on the right side of the Nabi was on the right side, was the one who that guy should have started with, because we start with the right. Start shaking hands with the right. Start hugging with the right. But if there's a sheikh in the audience, if there's your father, your uncle, someone of power, someone of importance, you don't have to start on the right. You can go to that one who is got some special position. So he gave the milk to the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah didn't drink. He gave it to Thumamah. Thumamah drank some of the milk after saying Bismillah and passed it on. He didn't drink all of it. He drank some of the milk and passed it on. Rasulullah smiled. Anytime he smiled, anytime he did something different, the companions were tulab al-ilm. They want to know, Ya Rasulullah, why are you smiling? They didn't let the hadith just come and go like that. They want to know about it. They heard a hadith they didn't understand. They read a hadith they didn't understand. They saw some, Ya Rasulullah, why are you smiling? He said, I'm smiling because the believer, he eats for one intestine. And the kafir or the munafiq eats for 7 intestines. Yesterday, Thumamah was a non-Muslim. And he drank 7 times. Because he was on the minhaj of me, myself, and I. It's all about me. The mother is a single mother. She has 5, 6, 7 kids. This is in the UK. 5, 6, 7 kids. She's divorced, single mother. Dad is not helping her at all. The eldest child, 18, 19. Doesn't work. He's trying to get money from his mother. What does he want? Oh ma, I want you to buy me a pair of trainers, some sneakers. Michael Jordans, they cost 300 pounds. Lady said, I can't afford that. You have 4 or 5 other brothers and sisters, but he's on that me, myself, and I minhaj. And he creates all kind of confusion in the house with these kinds of demands. Thumamah wasn't on that minhaj. He knows the condition of the Muslims. He saw that they were fuqara masakeen. So the Prophet told them, you see what happened? The believer eats for one intestine. He worries about other people and their comfort. The munafiq, kalla, he eats for 7. Thumamah got up and he left. He went to Mecca. Before Thumamah got to Mecca, the news reached Mecca that Thumamah became a Muslim. And that goes to show, Ikhwani, this issue that we have today about false reports about Islam, about Muslims are terrorists. The religion of Islam is this and that, especially in the West. You got to see it in the West. But it's in some of these other countries, the way that they deal with us. False propaganda was way back then. Reached Mecca before Thumamah got there. When Thumamah arrived, the chiefs of Quraysh came out to meet him. And they said to him, Ya Thumamah, we heard that you became a Sabi'i, a person who changes religion. You were with us, you were kafir, mushrik with us, Quraysh. Now you're a Muslim, you're a Sabi, a disbeliever. They wanted Thumamah, as I told you, to start tap dancing and apologizing for being a Muslim and apologizing about Islam. In the UK, Ikhwani, we have some people, they got PhDs. They're professors in Harvard University and Cambridge University, professors in the big universities, Muslims. They say things like, you know, the narration said that the Prophet ﷺ married Aisha at the age of 9. He consummated at the age of 11. Since Bukhari, they say, no. You see, these hadith are a problem. When they printed it, printed the book, it was supposed to be 19, but the 1 fell off. That's why it's 9. And he consummated at 11. It's supposed to be 21. No. As a Muslim, part of my iman in the prophets, part of that is, the prophets are the best people to marry our daughters. I have a baby. Her name is Arwa. She is the apple of my eye. Arwa must be about 7, 8. If I go back to the UK, and when I go to the UK, Isa ibn Maryam, salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi, he came out of my house. If Isa ibn Maryam came out of my house and he said to me, hey, Abu USAMA, I married your daughter Arwa. I didn't have any witnesses and you weren't there. Now, obviously, he's going to prove to me he's Isa ibn Maryam, because if he's not Isa ibn Maryam, what I did to that guy in Kenya is going to be nothing, a walk in the park to what's going to happen to that guy. But he's Isa ibn Maryam. He proved that, Isa ibn Maryam. I'm going to say, Alhamdulillah. Isa ibn Maryam marrying my little precious baby, Arwa. Not because I'm better than all of you, but that's going to be everybody's position. There are people here who won't marry someone who's not from their tribe. I don't care how much money you have, and I don't care how cute or beautiful you are, what your job is, you ain't marrying from my tribe. And they have that asabiya, you know, from their kabila, that stuff. But if Isa ibn Maryam came, and they knew that was Isa ibn Maryam, everybody here, I speak on your behalf, everybody's going to say, welcome, welcome. Because he's a Nabi, he's a Rasul, he's been sent divinely from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When those people came to Thumamah, they tried to make him scared. They wanted him to apologize for his Islam. Yuriduna an yutfiu, you know? They want to blow on the light of Allah. They want to blow it out. Like this. They think they can do that and Islam would just stop. But it does stop in the lives of some people. You want to work here? You can't wear hijab. She says, okay. We want to work here? You can't pray. Okay. You want to work here? You can't go to Jummah. You say, okay. You want to work here? Hide your Islam. Some people will say, okay. But destroying the religion of Islam by just blowing on it, it's not going to happen. Because Allah is going to protect this deen until he sees fit where the deen is going to be so weak and then Yawm al-Qiyamah is going to start. Thumamah, what did he say? Thumamah said, no, I'm not a Sabi'i, but instead I became a Muslim with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I swear by Allah, there will not come to you 1 grain of wheat from my people unless Rasulullah says it's okay. And then he put an embargo on Quraysh. Now look what happened. It doesn't stop here. The shabab, the youngsters of Quraysh, the non-Muslims of Quraysh, they didn't like what Thumamah did. You think you're going to come all the way here to Mecca and make tawaf and umrah despite us? You think that's going to happen? They took out their swords and they got ready to shoot Thumamah. The youngsters, the shabab, who can't see beyond their noses. So the elder people, Abu Lahab, Abu Jahl, the elder people came. Hey, Ikrimah, hey, what you people getting ready to do? They said, nah, we're going to blast them. We're going to shoot them. They said, that's Thumamah from Bani Hanif. We don't want any problems with Bani Hanif. Not only do we trade with them, but Bani Hanif, they don't mess around. We don't want to fight Bani Hanif. So they stopped the youngsters. You youngsters, I can't impress this upon you enough. You are never, ever going to find a 65, 70-year-old sheikh or sheikha blowing themselves up or blowing innocent people up. Never going to happen. Because he has enough aql, she has enough aql to know that's not acceptable in the religion of al-Islam. The youngster, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, he meets a girl from another tribe. He may be the perfect guy for that girl, but the family doesn't want it. And the family is wrong. They're racist, tribalism. The girl decides to run off with the boy. No, that's not what you should do. You're young. That's why you're making that decision. If you run off with that boy, if you run off with that girl, but especially the girl, if you run off with that boy, and it happens that you get divorced, your family may not take you back. If you run off with that boy and you get married, your family doesn't want to hear from you during the time of their Eid. When you have a baby, your sister, your mother, they ain't coming to help you. So I have to say to our youngsters, listen, in the battle of Khaybar, big battle, Khaybar. It was not far from Medina where the Jews lived. There was 2 men after the battle. They came. The man found his brother dead. Someone killed him. The younger man out of the 2. He found his brother dead. They went to Medina. His brother was murdered. He began to tell the story. Ya Rasulullah, we just came from Khaybar where my brother... Rasulullah didn't let him finish. He did his hands like this. Kabbir, kabbir. Let the older one talk. Let the older one speak. And it was his brother. But we have to give respect to those people who are older. He says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, al-barakatu ma'akabirikum. The barakah is with the elders. Does that mean that the way some of the elders think is correct? They don't have any vision, some of them. They're cultural and traditional, and they don't want to wake up and smell the coffee. This is 2017. A man and a woman, husband and wife, bring their family to the UK. They've been in the UK for 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. The child has grown up in the UK. He doesn't speak Somali, he doesn't speak Swahili. He doesn't speak Somali, Swahili, Arabic, doesn't speak Urdu. But the parent wants to send him back to Afghanistan to marry his cousin. And he doesn't speak the language, and they don't know each other. We have some elders like that. So I'm not here to say the way the elders think is always correct. I'm not here to say that. But what I am here to say is, elders, I don't care how much knowledge you have. You memorize the Quran, youngster. You memorize and you read this and you read that. There's no substitute for experience. So respect the elders. The elders in Islam have a special position. Anyway, this man, Thumamah radiallahu anhu, he made this tawaf and he went back. Those people started dying from the drought. They started dying from Mecca. They wrote a letter, sent an emissary to Medina. Ya Muhammad, you are our cousin, we're your relatives. Lift the embargo. Prophet Muhammad lifted the embargo. And more of the people of Quraysh became Muslims as a result of that. And also, when Thumamah went back to his people, Bani Hanif, all of them became Muslims. All of them. So the hadith and the incident shows many things. At the top of the list, what we're talking about right now, being easy and gentle with people, even your enemy, even the person who deserves that you deal with them in a rough way. He said that Allah is gentle, and he loves gentleness. He loves it. He said gentleness was never put inside of something in your marriage. Gentleness was never put inside of that except it made it beautiful. I don't know about you. I don't know. But I tell you about myself. When I was little, I was bad. But I was bad because they used to beat me, whether I did it or not. My auntie would beat me. This one would beat me. I said, okay, you're going to beat me. I'm going to do things to get the beating for it. Now, my father used to slap us, especially me. That's how I grew up. And I said to my brother, especially to my sisters, when I get big, I'm going to knock him out. And that's how I felt about him when I was young. Because he created that in my mind, in my spirit. Alhamdulillah, when I became a Muslim, we have a very good relationship. I ask Allah to guide him and my mother. But we don't want our fathers or our mothers to be like my father. The only language we understand is slapping people, slapping the kid, killing his spirit. All we can say are those kalimat that are not good. You're a bum. You'll never be anything. The mother says, you're a bum just like your father was a bum. Can't talk like that to our kids. We have to sit down and communicate with the intellect of the kid. Sometimes you have to be rough and tough. I'm the boss, and this is what's going to happen. And sometimes you just have to be like that because you're the Amir. And you don't have to explain to your kid. I have to explain to my son, Ismail, 5 years, 6 years old. He said, I don't want to go to school today, Abby. I don't want to go to school. I said, man, you're going to school. But why? Why I got to go to school? I don't have to sit there and tell a 6-year-old why he has to go to school. I just look at him and do like this. And he realized I got to go to school. So my point, guys, is those shabab, you guys have to relax. You have to relax. And you have to look at and listen to what the elders are saying. And if your family elders, your tribal elders, the elders of your community, they tell you, don't get married, don't do that, then eat humble pie and bite the bullet and let it go. And remember the hadith. Anybody who leaves something for Allah, min taraka shay'in lillahi, awwadahu Allahu ma huwa khayrun minhu. Anyone who leaves something for Allah, Allah will give him what is better. The man thinks because of his inexperience, the young guy, oh, I can't marry her. She's the greatest thing since apple pie, sliced bread. There's no other love in my life. And this is one of the benefits of this story as well, this incident, that you have to stay balanced, balancing your love, balancing your hatred. Thumamah used to hate the Prophet ﷺ, used to hate his face, hate his religion, hate his city. But now, just like that, between night and a day, he became the most beloved person to him. He says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, ahbib habibaka hawnan ma, asan yakun baghidaka yawman ma. Love your habib, whoever you love them moderately. Relax, love them moderately. Because the day may come where that person becomes your enemy. And hate your enemy moderately. Because the day may come when that individual becomes your habib. So the young girl, again, no experience. And then she meets a guy, young guy. And that guy, he's a player, really. But she don't know. She ain't got no experience. And he's talking all that yin-yang. And he says corny, dumb things to the young girl like, you know, if you was a booger, you know a booger, makamasi. If you was a booger, I would pick you first. And you know what she says? Oh, he loves me. Oh, he loves me. I would be upset if someone said that to my daughter. You say my daughter is like a booger makamasi. You're going to say that to her? And that's supposed to be romantic, man? No way in the world you're going to marry my daughter, because something's wrong with you. That's not romance. But if the girl was moderate, not extreme, ready to leave her house, ready to give up the love, the protection of her mother and her father and her family because she swears this guy loves her. No, you're not moderate. And another thing, with this being a person who's not moderate, if you love someone too much, you'll tolerate what you normally should not tolerate. Gives you a black eye, he's cheating, drinking alcohol, so many things. And because you love him, you turn the other cheek. Or the man, for that matter. He loves the lady so much, and she comes home at 12 o'clock at night, 11:30 at night. And when she comes in the door, he can't even say, hey, where you been? And then when we find out about it, his brothers, his father, he says to us, but I love her. You know Majnoon Layla? No. That type of love in Islam is a problem. So love people moderately and hate people moderately as well. Because if you hate someone too much, you'll never take the truth from them when it comes. You know the clock that's broke is stuck on 12 o'clock. It's broke. That clock is going to be correct 2 times every day. No one is always wrong, and no one is always right. But if you hate someone a lot, you love someone a lot, he's always right or always wrong, depending upon what your view is and your position concerning that issue. But look at this, Ikhwani, and I'm almost done. People have to let me know. I don't have a watch, a clock. I don't know what time it is. From the benefits of this hadith, it shows the wisdom and the importance of wisdom in our lives and in a dawah especially. Allah gives wisdom, hikmah, to whoever He wants. وَمَنْ يُؤْتَ الْحِكْمَةَ فَقَدْ أُوتِيَ خَيْرًا كَثِيرًا. If He gives you wisdom, you've been given a lot of good. A lot of good. There are some people from amongst us, they will never get into a fight because they're wise. They know how to diffuse a situation. They know how to diffuse it. There are people from amongst us, if we have drama between ourselves, we have to get that person and get him involved because he has wisdom. She has wisdom. The lady wants to get a divorce. The daughter wants to get a divorce. But there is a lady from her relatives who is Hakima. She sits that girl down. And with her hikmah, her wisdom, she gives that girl that hikmah, especially in dawah. The Prophet could have easily, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, told Abu Bakr, who had money, Uthman, who had money, Abdurrahman ibn Auf, who had money, Abu Talha al-Ansari, who had money. He could have easily said, give me some money, I want to build a little prison for the prisoners. And I'm going to put all of them in this place. He put them in a masjid. Why did he tie Thumamah in the masjid? Why? I'm going to tell you why, inshallah. But first, I don't want you to miss this point. By Thumamah being in the masjid, and he didn't kill Thumamah. Thumamah deserved to be killed. He said that himself. He deserved to be killed because he killed people. But what's the benefit in killing him? If he killed him, okay, that's adl. But by not killing him, there's a bigger maslahah. All of Bani Hanif is going to become Muslim. That's another alliance that he has. He's getting stronger and stronger. It is not about blood. Some of these crazy people. Blood. As soon as I become a Muslim, they tell me, you got to get a khitan. Hey, man, don't tell people that. There are important issues. Find out what that man's background is and where he's going. Everything is blood with us, Muslims. And if you lose Islam, if you leave Islam, we're going to chop your neck off. We're going to kill you right in the UK. No, you have to weigh the masalih and the mafasid, the benefits and the harms. And by not killing him, there was a lot of benefit because he put him in the masjid. Look at the benefit. When Thumamah was in the masjid, Thumamah didn't hear any dawah from the Prophet ﷺ. Now pay attention, Ummah al-Islam. Listen to this. This incident shows al-af'al ablagu min al-aqwal. Actions speak louder than words. Words are important. The man came and he said, Ya Rasulullah, tell me something that I only can ask you in Islam. Tell me something. Prophet Muhammad said, Qul amantu billahi thumma istaqim. Say, I believe in Allah, and then be upright. You have to say, ijma' the ulama. If a non-Muslim wants to become a Muslim, he has to say the shahada with his tongue. He can't say, innamal a'malu binniyat. I believe, la ilaha illallah in my heart. You have to say, la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. You're not a Muslim. So words are important. Prophet Muhammad was sitting with a man. Another man walked by. Rasulullah said, the man said, Ya Rasulullah, you see that man? He said, yeah. He said, Wallahi, I love him. Rasulullah said, did you tell him that? He said, no. He said, tell him. Because if you love him and you tell him, it will cause your love to endure and to be sustained. So our religion is, when you love someone, you should tell them, verily, I love you for Allah. So I love my mother. She's a non-Muslim. I should say that to my mother, but I got to show her that more. I think all of you love your mothers and your wives, your kids, but we got to show that to the people. Because you could say you love, but you're cheating on her. It's a problem. I love, but you're not giving them tarbiyah in the deen. I love, but you have an uquq al-walidain. Your parents can't even get in touch with you when they need you. Actions speak louder than words. And that's why the Nabi never said words to Thumamah. All Thumamah saw was what the companions did. 3 days. It could have been Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Could have been Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's irrelevant, but imagine. He's tied up in the masjid, tied up. At Fajr time, Bilal ibn Rabah makes the adhan. Now, at 5 o'clock in the morning, we pray 5:30. We pray 5:30 these days here. Bilal will get up. He will make the adhan early in the morning. And Thumamah is there. Thumamah must have been thinking to himself, you know what? Where I come from, if a black man got up this early in the morning and started screaming out like that, we're going to deal with him. But Muhammad and his companions, no, they don't deal with him like that. Instead, they come to the masjid at Fajr time. And when they came into the masjid, everybody got in the row. Whoever got there first, white, black, Arab, whatever, rich, poor, they got in the row. The people who had money weren't the ones who occupied the positions. And it was the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. He wouldn't just say Allahu Akbar and start praying. He would say a lot of things to straighten out the lines. Sometimes he would send Umar down that row, and sometimes he would send Bilal with Umar down that row, and they would pull and push people to straighten out their line. Now we can understand Umar pushing someone, pulling someone from the Arabs. That's Umar. But Bilal ibn Rabah would go down the row. People who were from Mecca, from Quraysh. Bilal is a former slave. He's pushing and pulling people and touching them. And Thumamah is watching that. And Thumamah must be saying, what kind of religion is this? Where these people would allow a black man to touch the ashraf of Quraysh. This is something special, something unknown to the Arabs. So they saw the brotherhood between the Muslims, to the point that Thumamah didn't drink all of that milk. He said, I have to leave the milk for other people, for my brothers. Other people for my brothers. So there are many issues and many benefits from this hadith of Thumamah. Those are the ones that I wanted to share with you. But there's one that I just want to take 1 minute. 1 minute. Thumamah used his strength and his ability to make his people, or cause his people to come into Islam. And he also used his position, that grain. I'm not going to give you people this grain anymore until Rasulullah allows it. That goes to show that the Muslim, whatever his profession is, whatever his vocation is, whatever his situation is, he's a minister, then use your power to help Islam. He's a carpenter, a chippy, electrician, then offer your services to the masjid. He's doing law. The masjid has a dispute over some land, then come and represent the masjid for half price, or give us a break. He has a store. Send toilet tissue to the masjid or whatever. Do whatever you can do, Abdullah, Amatullah. Do what you can do. Here in Nairobi, to help your religion. Don't be one of those people who just sit back, relax, and you're watching other people do the work. It's about the speaker and the sheikh. No, it's about all of us. And that's why I began with that hadith that I just heard yesterday. I never heard that hadith before. And that hadith is, whether you're in the front of the army, in the back of the army, giving water to the army, protecting the army while they sleep, is not important. What is important is you get in your lane, you get in where you fit in, and you help Islam. You help this religion. Don't let your position just not benefit our community, our ummah, and individuals. I may not see you guys again after this. Allah knows best. It's my last talk. But I will leave this place saying to you, the only Islam that Allah is going to accept from us Yawm al-Qiyamah is the Islam that is similar to Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, and Ali, and the rest of those companions. May Allah be pleased with them. So study about their way and hold on to their way and defend their way. And defend their way with moderation, tolerance, and ease, and not be apologetic, but the way of the companions. That is the way of al-Islam. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika wa ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.